Hi, welcome to another Derek Does. Today, we're going to do this. Hi everybody, welcome back to another Derek Does. I'm Derek, and thanks for joining me. Got lots of cool stuff on here. Check it out. Also subscribe, because I know you're going to want to see what I'm coming up with next, because even I don't know. But today, I'm going to show you a jacket. I've done a lot of military jackets, and this one is one I haven't done yet. This is my second one I've had, but the first one I did actually before I started doing this video series, and I'd already sold it. This one I just picked up at a thrift store. So these are jackets that you can still find today. This is the Air Force CWU 45P. Now the CWU stands for Cold Weather Uniform. This is a Flyers jacket. It's a jacket, Flyers, Cold Weather 45P. Now the 45 stands for winter. Now there's also made a summer version of this one called the 36P. I believe the P stands for Nomex. The history of the jacket's kind of cool. So if you remember before, I did one on the MA1 jacket, and that was the flight jacket that kind of took over, after the A2 and various versions in between. That one came out, and then this is actually sometimes called the MA2. Because it replaced that. The big difference is this is Nomex. The MA1 was not Nomex, it was nylon. So if you're a pilot in a plane and you get into a fire situation, your nylon's melting on you. To solve that, they came up with this jacket, which made it out of Nomex, which is a fireproof material. The whole jacket's fireproof material, so it's not going to melt on you. It might still melt if you whatever. You know what I mean. You'll be safe. If you're still alive and you get out, then you'll be okay. So they came up with this jacket. I believe in 1972 is when it came out, but it wasn't issued, I don't think, until 1973. I could be wrong. I'm sure there's experts out there that know exactly the dates and everything. Normally it's in sage green. This is a desert tan version. They might have made a blue one, but I haven't seen it in the actual issue. I know there's reproductions out there. Various companies reproduce these jackets in nylon, not in Nomex, and they sell blue and black and the desert tan and the green, sage green. This one is a real issued, and it's, as you can see, it's this kind of shiny material, which is the Nomex. And I'll do close-ups again when we put it on the hanger and you can see everything. It's a real jacket, even has some ink stains from putting his pens in there. It's very similar to the modern M65 I showed you recently on my last video, that it has Velcro for all the patches and everything. The only issue with that, which I get it, but as a collector, when you find them, people take off the patches and they keep them, where if they were just sewn on the jacket, it's a lot of work to take them off. So if you found an old jacket, it would have the patches on it, which is kind of cool, which is why you see a lot of those on old G1s and things like that. But I'll show you this jacket. I'll put it on. This is a size large, so it's a great size. This one is actually from 2005, and it is from Ashland Sales and Service. There's a couple companies that made these, and it's kind of cool. It looks like satin, that from the 70s, that satin jacket used to have, just because of the shininess of the Nomex, I guess. I assume that there maybe have a matte version, but this one is more of a shiny Nomex version. So it's, although they don't call it Nomex because that's a brand name, it's like Kleenex. It's actually, they call it 100% aramid, and that's the another brand name for it. I think it has another a scientific name, and I'll put that down here what that is. But I'll put this on and I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of similar to the MA1. It's just your classic bomber flight jacket style. It looks really great just to wear. The tan's kind of interesting because it's not army looking. You know what I mean? It's not sage green. You're not always in green. You could wear this out, except for all the Velcros everywhere. You wouldn't know it's a military jacket per se. It just has a cool vibe to it. So I'm going to show you this, and then we'll put on the hanger. We'll do some close-ups. So this is what it looks like on. All right, here it is on. You can see it's a nice form-fitting You know, it's you can move in it, which is really nice, but it's also kind of tight. Not really tight, but you know what I mean. It's form fitting, so you can get in and out. It's not bulky or anything like that. Again, this is a size large. I'm usually about a 42, so I have room in this, so I could be a 44 and be in this fine. But I have long arms too, so it looks like it's fitting me on the arms where maybe it wouldn't. So if you're a 44 with my normal arms, you'd probably be okay. About 5'10", about 155 pounds. A lot of people ask me, how big are you? Because they see me in jackets, and I tell them, oh, this fits me great. But there's no context of, yeah, it fits you great, but I don't know what you are. So again, about 5'10", 155, and I'm about a 42. So here you can see it. It's a nice feel. It's very warm, actually. It's surprisingly warm, actually. It's pretty thin, but it's warm. I don't know what they have in this, but it is it's a winter jacket for the most part. Man, I wouldn't go out in snowstorms in it, maybe, but it's nice. It's nice. I like the collar. It's flat, even though it has a collar. It keeps it down. It's not like digging into you. It does have, like I showed you, the stain here. It does have the classic, what every military jacket has is the pen holder and then a zipper to put stuff in there. It then has 2 hand warmers, which are quilted lined, which is actually kind of nice here, and they're Velcroed. And then it has, you know, just like any MA1, you can see it's quilted on the inside. There's no inside pockets, but that's what it looks like undone if you're just wearing it unzipped. It's a nice jacket. It actually kind of fits me pretty nice. I think I'm going to sell it, but it does fit me really well, but I have a lot of jackets. You know what I mean? So let's put on the hanger and we'll take some close-ups of this cool jacket. All right, so here it is. You can see the nice shine it has on it. It's not like crazy, terrible shine. It has a nice shine. It's a sheen more than a shine. As you can see, it has, like I was telling you, it has the classic for your pencils or pens. And this guy actually had a pen that leaked. And then this opens up and you have a little thing here that you could put your smokes in. I think originally that's what that was for, or small folded up maps, that sort of thing. Obviously he was a captain. You have a Velcro here, Velcro here, Velcro here, Velcro here, lots of Velcro, but only on this. And then also on the pockets. But you can see it's a folded over, so it really keeps the weather out. And inside, I don't know if you can kind of see it, it is lined there with a soft material, which is kind of like what's inside it. Now, one thing, if you'll notice, the knits here are really soft and not thick, but not thin. And they're not wool knits. These are actually Nomex. So the whole thing is Nomex, except for obviously for the zippers and this Velcro. Now, the zipper is just your classic YKK, but you notice it's all metal. Like in about 86 or so, they started putting the plastic runners on like the M65. They didn't here because this jacket needs to be fireproof. And if you had plastic zippers, it would melt in a fire situation. So you have all metal zippers, which are really nice. And then you have a wind, also probably just to keep any sort of flame or anything like that to keep it out, because that's kind of what this jacket's all about. Now inside you can see this quilted lining, and that is what makes this right there, the 45P. I believe the 36P did not have this quilted lining. It would probably just have a thin layer. Probably it would look like this, but it wouldn't be quilted like that. You have the cuffs go all the way around, and again, it's close. It's elasticy almost to keep any flame from getting inside it. I think that's the whole reason of that, why it's a nice fitting jacket. And then here on the back, that's what it looks like on the back. I like this color a lot, actually. It doesn't have any bellows or bi-swing or anything, but it is overbuilt there. And then you can see here, there's no air hole vents like you would normally have like on an A2 or anything like that, simply to keep everything out. And then has a, here you can see, a pretty tall collar. I guess you could wrap that around, wear that inside if you wanted to, just to give you a little extra protection. There's no clasps to make it tight, so I don't think it was actually made for that, but you could if you wanted. And then here, I'll do another one on just the tag for you. But this is the jacket, and it's a nice looking jacket. It really is. And then here is the tag, which I'm sure you'd want to see. Again, you can see this is a size large, and this is just the contract for this type of jacket. Jacket flyers, cold weather, 45p. There's your mil J, and this is the actual, you can see this is from 2005. And I bet the D stands for desert tan. I bet they probably had the same jacket, but rather than S maybe for sage or OD. Now here's the 100% Aramid, which is their term for Nomex, and Ashland Sales and Service, which sounds like a gas station. This is the previous owner. He put his name on it. If this is you, I've got your jacket. And it says to just dry clean only. Although I've read a little bit, some guys actually say that if you put it in a bag in the washing machine, you can wash it, just don't dry it. But you might want to just dry clean it since they tell you to do that. It's probably a better thing to do. But it's a nice jacket. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this episode on this kind of classic jacket that you can get today. I believe this is still issued, unless you're wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. Put in the comments below. But they made this jacket from 1972 till today, so it's a pretty long range of these jackets. So I think you'd be able to find one if you're looking. The big thing, though, is they're Nomex. So it's going to be a more expensive jacket. It's not just a cotton, like a normal military jacket, which is a cotton blend. This is actually a high-tech jacket, or at least the material's high-tech in it. But you should be able to find them. Again, this is a desert tan. They come in green, and they may come in blue, and they may come in black, I assume. I don't know if they made a camo version, because it's a pilot jacket, and generally they wouldn't be wearing camo, but who knows? Put in the comments below if you know, because I don't. But this is the jacket. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Check out my other episodes in the past. Go ahead, take a look at those. There's lots of cool stuff out there that keeps building. And as I find these cool things, I will make new videos for you so you can kind of see up close what they're about and maybe a little bit of the history of it, and see if it's something maybe you'd like to have in your closet. So hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next Derek Does. Thanks for watching.